Alrighty, thanks everybody for joining our DocuSign meetup. This meetup will be focused on DocuSign for Salesforce Slack notifications. First of all, I just want to announce that there will be no meetup in April, but there will be a TDX watch party that folks are encouraged to join. The details for that you can see here. The topic will be CPQ and billing for that watch party as well. My name is Gabriel Hollinsworth. I am the community program manager for the customer community for DocuSign, and I'm excited to be here at the DocuSign meetup. And I will be the host today, taking Lauren's place. And joining me will be Lawan and Stephen, and they will introduce themselves.
My name is Stephen Yang. I was actually the PM who supported Slack up until about a week ago. Lawan, would you like to quickly introduce yourself before I get started on the Slack side?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Stephen. My name is Lawan Lekitpanpisit. Happy to be back here again. If you join our meetup in January, I was there presenting the Salesforce integration part. So definitely this is another episode that it's going to be very exciting and interesting. So thank you, Stephen, for joining us. Let's get started.
Cool. Awesome. Gabriel, if we could head over to the next slide. So a couple months ago, I showed off the DocuSign eSignature for Slack integration. It's already public, launched. It's been out for about a year to 2 years now. And it's a fantastic service we have where the integration is built into Slack and notifies you in real time of changes to any of your DocuSign envelopes, as well as provides you a status dashboard today to be able to get a glance of everything you have going on in DocuSign without ever leaving the platform in and of itself. Today, we're going to be chatting over a little bit of a storyline and a demo between how Slack and Salesforce interact with DocuSign. But Gabriel, if you could go ahead and head over to the next slide here. I am going to start off with quickly introducing the setup and admin flow. So in this example, we're going to quickly pretend that I'm an admin. I'm an admin of the Slack environment as well as of the DocuSign environment. And one of my main objectives today is try to figure out how I can enable the Slack integration from DocuSign for my entire team. So Gabriel, if we can head over to the next slide. This is going to be a very quick summary of what I'm about to show off. Basically, we have the DocuSign eSignature for Slack integration publicly available on the Slack app directory. And we'll be showing off how we get from that page through the entire setup flow to a state where if a user goes into Slack, they would be able to see the DocuSign eSignature app. Gabriel, if you don't mind, can I go ahead and share up my screen?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And just give me one moment here. Cool. So y'all should be able to currently see the DocuSign eSignature for Slack on the Slack app directory page. The big green button is what's most important today. If you click the Add to Slack button, it kicks off the flow to start the installation into Slack. DocuSign eSignature does require a set of permissions to be approved before you can actually use the application. This is very straightforward. Make sure you're set up in the right environment that you're trying to access. In this example, hypothetically, I'm installing it into a demo Atlas environment. If we click Allow, it goes through the process of actually authenticating within DocuSign. I'm going to hypothetically here just use my own DocuSign account. We're going to log in with DocuSign. It's going to go through the authentication process. It's going to redirect you back to Slack now that your account is connected. You open the link back up in your browser, and here you are. You're fully set up. DocuSign eSignature is now showing up with an Atlas Inc. And this is actually openly available for all members of the space now. It won't automatically pop up and show up and prompt all users to log in, but all users can easily click this plus button within the app section, and they can search for the DocuSign integration, click it, and then it will bring them right back to the conversation that we were just in. So that quickly summarizes how users today can get this integration installed. The sign-up flow is also very simple. You click login, you go through the process of connecting your DocuSign eSignature account to Slack, accept the terms and conditions and continue, proceed. And then this should bring you back to DocuSign to call back and have this already installed. Cool. So that's Stephen, basically the, yes.
Yes, so just to clarify for the audience, you are showing a setup for Atlas. This is just a demo, right? But in reality, you already pre-set up everything for Tally Solar Corporation, who is going to be the sender organization, correct?
Yes, for the demo. It's a different environment for that demo, but this one's just a hypothetical install into a brand new environment if the environment has never before seen the DocuSign eSignature integration.
Perfect. Thank you.
You got it. Cool. Gabriel, if you would like to go ahead and share up the rest of the slides. Lawan, I believe you can take it from this point onwards to bring us into the demo.
Of course. So let's talk about the flow that we are going to demo. So I am going to show you the sending flow. It is very similar to what you've seen if you joined the last episode back in January. We're going to rerun that again. I am going to start it off with Sarah, the sender, who is the account executive of Tally Solar Corporation. She is in a conversation with Mary, her prospect. And guess what? I know today is March 24th, but we are going to assume that today is the last day of the quarter, and it's very important for her and for her team to really push this deal to go through, because this deal meaning that the whole team, will meet the quota for the region. And this particular deal, because of the value of the deal itself, it's going to put Sarah herself into a very good spot to be eligible to be part of the presidential club by the end of the year. And that means her and her family can go to Bali for a big, nice vacation. But because of the value of this deal, it's quite high. It's more than 750K. She needs Blake to really sign this deal and approve this deal before Mary can come in and countersign the contract. So we are going to go through that. And of course, we all know that today in this environment, email is a little bit slower in terms of notification. So we are going to show the Slack notification today so that immediately right after the code has been sent out, Blake get notification. He will going to sign from the Slack notification. And after that, Mary will sign. Then we'll come back to see what's going on with the opportunity in Salesforce record. So let me get started with that. I am going to share my screen. As we talked about, I am Sarah, the sender. I log on as Sarah. This is an opportunity that we are working on, that I am working on with Mary Wilson, who is the decision maker for this deal. The value of the deal, total value of the deal is $855,000. And that means I need Blake really to approve and take a look at this and sign the quote before it can goes out to Mary. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I am going to do send quote with Slack. If you remember, this is already an existing template, which has everything pre-configured. I did not change anything. The only thing that is different from this one with the January episode is that we now have the Slack integration installed by Aaron, who is the admin for Tally organization. I am going to go ahead and click send quote with Slack. So with the template that we pre-configure, you notice that Blake is going to sign first and then it will go to Mary. If you want, you can also tailor your message here for the recipient. I'm going to leave that as default for now. You can also set up the reminder to go out if you want, and also change the expiration date of the deal. I'm just going to leave everything default for now, and I am just going to go ahead and hit send. And that's it. That's done from my side. I've got a notification that it's already been sent out. I am going to wait here patiently for my Slack notification. But for now, let's switch over to Stephen.
Cool. So once again, I'm Blake Hayes. We're actually going to do this on mobile, which is going to be pretty cool. Pretend like I'm Blake Hayes. I'm busy on my day-to-day work. I'm actually checking my phone right now. So I switched back over to Slack today, and I see right off the bat that I have a new notification from DocuSign, right? So if I go ahead and access this notification, you can see the message that Lawan just configured to send to me with the envelope. Within the mobile app itself, I'm actually not even going to Safari. I have the ability to open up the website that Lawan just sent me from that DocuSign envelope. Once you accept the one terms, you see the normal DocuSign UI for signing. If you just continue, you see the exact document that Lawan was able to provide me. I see the entire contract. I see the amount that I need to approve for $855,000. I can apply my signature here to go ahead and approve it. And then by clicking finish, Blake Hayes has now completed the envelope. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen here, Lawan, and maybe you can show what you're seeing on your side as Blake.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Well, thank you, Blake, for signing the contract really, really quickly. So immediately you can see here that I've got my Slack notification that Blake has already completed the envelope. So what Stephen is going to do on the back end is that he is going to sign as Mary. And I don't have to do anything at all. I just go on with my day. Presumably, I will probably working on another opportunity, right? And then I don't have to actually worry for anything at all. And then I'm just gonna wait here until Mary sign.
Okay.
So as you
cool.
can see here quickly, I'm just gonna share the status real quick right here. You notice that when I look at the DocuSign envelope status here, and this is a brand new component that we introduced as part of the new EFS or DocuSign for Salesforce, the new package. You see here that the status, it's already said Blake Hayes already completed, and it's now pending on Mary Wilson. Stephen, let me know if you already got a notification from your end.
I have not, sadly, but I think what we can actually quickly talk over is what Sarah Sender would see in this situation. So, Lawan, if you could switch back to the screen with Slack.
Okay. Yep.
You guys can already see the notification that Blake Hayes has completed the envelope. Something might have lagged from the next part of the routing, but basically what would happen is Mary would be the next recipient within the envelope. She equally would also receive a notification if she had the DocuSign eSignature for Slack integration installed and go through the exact same flow that Blake just did with regards to signing the envelope, whether mobile or on desktop. And on completion of that, Lawan would actually get the second notification here from Mary as well, confirming that the envelope has been completed by Mary. And now that the envelope is fully complete, as in there are no further actions that need to be done. And that would essentially close out the whole end-to-end flow from the Slack side. And Lawan, I'm sure you would say this as well, but on Salesforce as well, after the envelope has updated, it would complete with the right back of any fields there, as well as update that small modal with the latest status of the DocuSign envelope that was sent.
That's right. So let me just do one thing real quick. Let me just double check Mary's email right here. Let's make sure that it's go to Stephen Yang at DocuSign. Have you checked that one?
Yeah, I did. Sadly,
Okay.
my entire account right now is just showing blank.
No worry. Okay. All right. No worry. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not showing this exact envelope. I've got other ones, but sadly, this one's not showing up there.
Yeah, no worry. As Stephen has mentioned, so the way that I have configured the template is similar to the flow that we show in January. The PO number, it's going to be updated as a write back, and then the status of the deal, the status of the opportunity will immediately automatically set to close one, without Sarah has to do anything at all. So let me stop right here and
I have it. I found it.
Great. Stephen, so it's really a lagging behind. Tell me, I know what's going on. You probably haven't had your cup of coffee yet this morning.
It's been a long day. Lawan, why don't we go ahead and jump over to your Slack account? Give me 20 seconds here and I'll go ahead and get the data over. Okay, so let's assume we are Mary. Mary will actually sign the document. She'll update the order number. We're just going to call it PO 512. Mary's applying her signature right now, clicking finish. Lawan, you should now have a notification.
Awesome. And I am, as you guys can see right here, immediately, I can see that Mary has completed the envelope. This gives me a peace of mind. I know that I can now call my husband that we are heading to Bali, the end of the year. So let's go back. Let me refresh the opportunity right here. And again, it might take a few minutes for the status to be updated. Let's wait a little bit patiently right here and grab a cup of coffee.
The large deals
take
the longest to process.
And there you go. Immediately now, I think it takes about a minute, to see that the status has all been marked as completed. Let's see the PO number. Interestingly, the PO number is a little bit lacking in terms of the update. Let's see. Okay, all right, it's a little bit lagging behind. I'm sure it will come, but you notice here that the status of this opportunity has set to close one. The deal, the document itself has been saved back together so that it is available right at your fingertip. The document has been signed. The PO number has been recorded here. 2 signatures. So we are good to go for this deal. So I think that is a wrap for the demo flow. Let me stop right here to see if there's any question from the audience.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, I looked down for a second there and I saw, yeah, send quote with Slack, that button right there. Is that, it's just a standard envelope template button or send with DocuSign button you named send quote with Slack just for the demo, or is there any other configuration that went on in that?
Yeah, great question. I am glad that you asked. This is actually a template. This is how I configure template. This is the button name. So I can show quickly how the template has been set up. So basically the template, let me just wait right here. The template has been set up to pull the quote template that the organization is using. If you want, you can also upload a new template from your machine as well. You can also choose to have the template try to pull the attachment from Salesforce record as well. I didn't do that for this template. For the recipient, I configured 2 recipients right here. First, the signing order. Blake is the default signer in this case. And then the second is a dynamic. It's gonna automatically pull from the related list, whoever that is the contact role for the opportunity. And that's why Mary has been pulled as the second signer in this case. Merge field, I just leave it whatever that we have here. I do pre-configure a couple of merge fields so that the quote can pull all of this information that we need from the actual Salesforce record itself. If you look at the place fields, I do configure different signature fields for different signer. For Blake, he is the first signer. So this is his signature block. And then the second signer, of course, because this is a template, I don't know who exactly, but I know that it's gonna be whoever that has been set as a contact role as a decision maker for the opportunity. And this is the signature block. The difference here is that I want the person who is gonna countersign to enter the PO number as well. So that's why I have this additional block signature for the second signer. And that's all. That's pretty much that. You can preview if you want to. I'm just gonna skip that. We're not gonna do that. You can name the button however you want. If you want to name it a little bit differently, sorry, I think I might have opened it in another window, and that's why it has the locking notification right here. But basically, once you do the place view, you can also set up the option in this way. In this case, I set it to the quick send. We actually have 2 additional options if you download the latest package. And then you can, you can pick and choose how you want the sending experience for your organization. For some organization, they might want to give more control to the sender, and they might set it to default, which gonna force the sender to go, prepare signature and then review all of the signature block. In this case, I'm assuming that we want the quickest and the easiest experience for the sender. So I just default the sending experience for this template to be quick send. You can also choose the write back option. Do you want to also write back the certification of completion or not? In this case, I skipped it. And as we talked about, I basically has said that, hey, upon the completion of the envelope, when all party has signed, I do want to change the stage to close one. You have an option. You can also change this to something else as well if you want. There's a lot of provided field that you can update depending on the state, the status of the envelope event itself. So take advantage of that. I'm not going to change anything for this template. I'm just going to skip to the custom button right here. For the custom button, again, you have an option to choose what is the button label that you want. In this case, because I am demoing the Slack flow, I say send flow, or send quote with Slack. And then of course, if you have other page layout that you want to use for different department in your organization, you can also choose to do that as well. I'm gonna skip all that. I'm not saving anything, but that is in a nutshell. This is how you will configure your template. There's nothing specific to Slack. The only thing that I put specific name here is the naming of the button so that I know this is the button that we're going to use. But really for the admin, it's just a one-time installation step. And that's it. All the existing template that you already have in your organization will immediately work with Slack notification. Any question? Yeah, great question. Thank you.
Yeah, I had just seen the send with Slack thing and didn't know if there was any linking done in the template that had to go to Slack. Yeah, so
there's absolutely no need to. The installation flow, I think that I showed off earlier, that's basically like the main bulk of the work to enable it. In the demo we just showed, regardless of your Sarah, Mary, or Blake, as long as you have Slack, that integration, and you've logged in with your your DocuSign account, you will receive notifications from that account, whatever is updated, whether you've received an envelope, someone has sent or signed an envelope that you've sent, it'll all be covered with the notifications as long as you're logged in with that account. From this flow specifically, there was nothing specific that was done on Salesforce that needed to enable Slack. In fact, if you sent from Salesforce or from DocuSign.com or from any one of our many other integrations, they all would have resulted in a Slack notification being sent as long as you connected your DocuSign account.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other question or even comments, feedback? It doesn't have to be question. What do you think about what you see today? Do you like it? Do you use Slack in your organization?
Or any points of improvement as well. Like, I don't like X. You guys should do Y.
There's some thing going on in the chat. Gabriel, is there any question or comments from the chat you want to read out?
Not besides Lauren wants to go to Bali.
Great. Yes, that is my dream.
If that's an option, I mean, I'm gonna put my name on there as well.
Well, you have to be the AE.
Crud. This is cool. I hate to ask if we're gonna talk about CLM here.
I don't know if we have that coming up in the pipeline in terms of the agenda for the next meetup.
Not anytime soon, but it very well could be.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Awesome. Well, then I'll close this out here. Thank you everybody for joining, and thanks Lawan for coming back and Stephen for joining again. So yeah, just another reminder that there will be no meetup in April, and then the TDX watch party will be happening, and we encourage folks to join that as well. So any questions about that, feel free to comment in the comment section of this recording. So thank you everybody for joining and watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Cool.